Alright, this is 020 Notes on Substitution Method of Systems of Equations. Your objective, you'll be able to solve a system of equations by the substitution method. So, when we are given a system where one of our equations has an isolated variable, we could use the substitution method to figure out the solution. Just in case if you didn't know, isolated means all by itself on one side of the equal sign. That's isolation. Some steps for us of what we're going to be doing. So we have, if you want to take a second to write this down, hit the pause button. But steps in shorthand: 1 is to substitute, 2 is to distribute, 3 is combine like terms, 4 is solve for a variable, 5 is substitute that variable into the other equation, step 6, solve for the other variable by combining like terms and doing all your inverse operations, and step 7 is write down your solution in coordinate form. So those are the steps in the shorthand as much as I can. Make it nice and simple as I can. Let's walk you through those. In this problem below, we have a y all by itself. We have y equals 8x plus 16 on one side of the equal sign. This indicates we should use the substitution method. So anytime you have a y equals or an x equal, that's going to say, hey, use the substitution method. Y equals 8x plus 16. So we're going to substitute that y, or this 8x plus 16, in for the y. So we're going to get 5x plus 4 times, well, my y value is 8x plus 16 equals negative 10. So we substitute that whole entire thing in for the y. We then distribute. So 4 times 8x and 4 times 16, it turns into 4 times 8x gets you 32x, and 4 times 16 gets us 64. We carry down to 5x plus and equals negative 10 on both sides. So we distributed. And then we're going to combine like terms. Our 5x plus our 32x gets us 37x. We carry down to plus 64 equals negative 10. We carry that all down. So we combine like terms here, or CLT. Then we do our inverse operations. We subtract 64 from both sides, so we get 37x equals negative 74. We then divide by 37 on both sides, and we get x equals negative 2. Now that once you got x equals negative 2, which we solved for in our previous slide, we're going to take that negative 2 and we're going to put it into that top equation. So we have y equals 8 times negative 2 plus 16. Well, 8 times negative 2 is negative 16. Carry down to plus 16. Negative 16 plus 16 gets us 0. So your final answer is negative 2, 0, which is your x and your y. Your coordinate. This is the coordinate for the system of equations. It's the solution for the system of equations. Alright, let's do a couple more together here. So problem number 2, we have y equals 7x minus 20. Because it's a y equals, I know I should use the substitution method. I'm going to substitute that 7x minus 20 into the y. So we're going to have negative 6x plus 4 times 7x minus 20, and that's equal to 8. We then got to do the distributive property. So 4 times 7x gets you 28x, and 4 times negative 20 is negative 80. We carry down equals 8, and we carry down that negative 6x plus. So negative 6x plus 28x, that gets us 22x. So we combine like terms to go from that previous step into that bottom step. Next in green, I'm going to add 80 to both sides. That's just your inverse operations. So you're going to get 22x equals 88. Divide both sides by 22, and you get x equals 4. Once you solve for x, you're going to substitute that 4 in for the x to solve for your y. So you get y equals 7 times 4 minus 20. 7 times 4 is 28, and 28 minus 20 gets you 8. So y equals 8. Final answer is going to be 4, comma 8. That's your coordinate. I better gotta make it nice and pretty over here. 4, comma 8. And that's the solution for the system of equations for problem number 2. Give you a second, copy it down. You can hit the pause button. Moving on to problem number 3. Next up, we got y equals 7x minus 11. And then negative 5x plus 2y equals negative 4. Looks very familiar to that one, but it's a little bit different. So anytime you have a y equals or an x equals, we're going to substitute everything it's equal to in for that letter. So that 7x minus 11 is going in for that y. So we got negative 5x plus 2 times 7x minus 11. So we first substituted it in. We then got to distribute, so we distribute it out. So you carry down that negative 5x. 2 times 7 gets you 14x. And then 2 times negative 11 gets you negative 22. Equals negative 4. We then combine like terms. So to go from the red line to the blue line, we're going to combine like terms. So negative 5x plus 14x gets you 9x. So we get 9x equals 18. We divide by 9 to both sides, and we get x equals 2. So once you solve for x, you're going to put that value in for x to solve for the y. So you're going to have y equals 7 times 2 minus 11. 7 times 2 is 14. And 14 minus 11 gets us 3. So we have y equals 3. And our final answer, we get 2, 3. Was our final answer. Alright, so next up, here we go. Number 4, we have y equals negative 2x minus 3. We're going to take that negative 2x minus 3, we're going to put it in for y. So we get negative 6x plus 6 times negative 2 minus 3 equals negative 18. We then got to distribute. So you have negative 6x plus, well, 6 times negative 2 is negative 12x. And 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Negative 6x plus a negative 12x gets you a negative 18x. Minus 18 is equal to negative 18. Add 18 to both sides. You get negative 18x is equal to 0. It's okay to have 0. 0 is a number, so negative 18 plus 18 gets us 0. Then we divide by negative 18 to both sides, and you're going to get x equals 0. Once you have x equals 0, you're going to put 0 back in for x. So you're going to get y equals negative 2 times 0 minus 3. Negative 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 3 gets you a negative 3. So you have y equals a negative 3. So you have the coordinates 0, negative 3. Here's problem number 5. We have negative 3x plus 18 is equal to y, so we're going to substitute that entire problem into y. So what we got 2x plus 5 times negative 3x plus 18 is equal to negative 14. So we first substitute it in for the y value because it's y equals. Then we distribute, carry things down. We have 2x plus, well, 5 times negative 3 gets you negative 15x. 5 times 18 gets you 90, so we have plus 90, and that's equal to negative 14. After you distribute, you need to combine like terms. So the positive 2x plus a negative 15x gets you a negative 13x plus 90 equals negative 14. You're then going to subtract 90 from both sides. So you have negative 13x is equal to negative 104. Divide by negative 13 to both sides. And you get x equals 104 divided by 13. That gets you, I believe, 8. I'll double check. Yep, gets you 8. So x equals positive 8. Now we're going to substitute that 8 in for the x value. It could be on the top part of the equation or the bottom one, totally your choice. I'm just going to do it on the top. So 2 times 8 plus 5y is equal to negative 14. 2 times 8 is 16. So 16 plus 5y equals negative 14. Subtract 16 from both sides. We get 5y is equal to negative 30. Divide both sides by 5 and you get y equals negative 6. So y equals negative 6. Your final answer is going to be 8. Ooh, we're gonna run out of room here. Final answer is going to be 8 comma negative 6. We got 3 more to go. So y equals 2x minus 3. We're going to put that in for y. So we have 7x plus 3 times the 2x minus 3. And that's equal to negative 9. Distribute it out. We get 7x plus 6x minus 9 is equal to negative 9. 7x plus 6x gets you 13x. We add 9 to both sides. So I'll combine 2 steps at once. Add 9 to both sides and you get 13x equals 0. Divide both sides by 13 and you get x equals 0. Then we're going to put 0 in for the x to solve for y. So we got y equals 2 times 0 minus 3. 2 times 0 is 0. And then we get 0 minus 3 gets you a negative 3. So our final answer is 0, negative 3. That is the solution to the system. Alright, so let me show you some ones that are a little bit more funky. We'll skip that. Let's just go to problem number 8. We have something where it's just a y equals. It's just a number. This is meant to be an easier problem. So when y equals negative 5, that means we just put negative 5 in for y. So we get 2x plus 4 times negative 5 equals negative 8. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. So we have 2x minus 20 equals negative 8. We then add 20 to both sides. So we get 2x equals 12. Divide by 2 to both sides, and we get x equals 6. Then we're going to substitute that 6 in for the x. So we got 2 times 6 plus 4 times y equals negative 8. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 4y equals negative 8. We're going to subtract 12 from both sides. So our final answer is 6, negative 5. 6, negative 5. That's our final answer. Alright, here's your classwork and your homework. Classwork is 020 CW1, substitution method. And homework is 020 HW1, substitution method for your systems. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or come to Extra Help. I'll be happy to help you out. Alright, have a good night.